Yes, so I'm just to remind us that this section, the housekeeping notes, please, just to remind us that this section is recorded and your continued participation indicates that you're giving us your consent to be part of the recording. So please, to reduce background noise, we all are encouraged to keep muted so that we can all hear the speaker. So the speaker at that time, at the point, will be heard. So if you're experiencing any issues during the section, please feel free to send us maybe a technical issue during the section. Please feel free to put it in the chat box or send an email to zoom1@inaps.info. And you can also send me any mails during the section, ugo.f.oputa@gmail.com. So during the section, we'll have a Q&A at the end. The section runs for like 45 minutes, and then we have the Q&A section. So please raise your virtual hands during the Q&A, or you can also type your question. We'll try to cover as many questions as the time permits. So in between, you can please drop your comments at any point. So thank you so much. We will begin immediately. Yeah, so for this section, we have Dr. Blessing Osaru Martins. First of the section is on building a smart scholar mind skill for researchers. So Dr. Blessing will be taking us in this discussion. Dr. Blessing is a professional researcher with a sound educational background. She holds a bachelor's degree in accounting education, a master's degree in educational management, and a PhD in economics of education at the Lagos State University. So she has an education management background. So education economics management background, sorry. So her passion is for it. She has a passion for teaching, and she has over a decade experience with students learning, and she also has a lot of academic experience, especially she's an author of so many books. She will also explain that to us. And she has some groups, maybe like a WhatsApp group or a digital group where she controls or she gives updates as the time goes. So thank you so much, Dr. Blessing. So it's over to you now. Please go on. We are all waiting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, so Ugo. Thank you for this session. Thank you for inviting me to speak to the rising scholars and the association as a whole. It's my pleasure. I feel so excited to be in our midst this this day because I know anytime I teach from experience, it comes from a place of knowing, not guessing. So when I'm given the opportunity to speak, I try to share a bit of where I'm coming from, where I am now, and where I'm going to. So as it is, the session is on building a smart scholar mindset for researchers, building a smart scholar mindset for researchers, which kind of goes around soft skill, more of building soft skill mindsets than the traditional academic system where we know of working. Now we want to see how we can bring what we have learned so far, what we know about research, to light, like making it a practical sense in our everyday life. So thank you so much, Ms. Ugo, for this session. I will be uh, I'll take us through the outline for the session. It's divided into three segments. We'll be talking briefly on research writing skill. From research writing skill, I'll give us a brief of how I run my own, how I do my research, how I mentor others, and how I engage others into research writing. Also, we'll be moving on from there to digital presence, how to build a global visibility. As researchers, you cannot say you're an academia or you're a researcher and you don't want to be seen out there. Nobody will advertise your work. Nobody will know of your work if you don't showcase yourself, if you don't register yourself out there. So after that, we'll be talking about the last objective for the session, which is entrepreneur, building the entrepreneurship mindset of researchers. You know, this thing we have in academic, like educational system, being seen as a not too lucrative sector. I think from my work as an academia, I would say that is not true. So there are things we'll be learning in the session. If we have our pen and our paper, we should try and note some salient points. It will be a discussion session. And maybe if time permits us, I'll do a recap of the slide. So I want us to pay attention. I believe we have 15 minutes. You can put your question in the chat box and they'll be treated as at when due. So before I start the session, I would want to ask, please, you can use the reaction. You can use the reaction. How many of us are researchers? How many of us are researchers here? Just use the reaction. Just raise up your hands if you see yourself as a researcher. How many of us? How many of us are researchers? Please, I want to quickly do a statistic of this. How many of us are researchers? The question doesn't necessarily, how will I say, it's not something you should maybe, oh, I'm not a researcher, why am I here? No, we are like, I'm asking this question based on what I want to share next. So how many of us are researchers? So I can see quite a number of hands up. Thank you so much for the votes, the raised hands. I was expecting everyone should have raised their hands up. Yes, I was expecting everyone should have raised their hands up. If you are in this session, please, I'm giving you the badge today. You are a researcher. You are a researcher. You are a researcher. Recently, I've been advocating research writing as a skill. Yes, I've been advocating research writing as a skill. Like most people just see research as, oh, I'm an undergraduate student. I have to write project at the end of my studies. I'm a graduate student, a master's student. I have to write my dissertation. I have to write my thesis and so on. If I'm not doing all that in quotes, I'm not a researcher. No, I want us to um, if you're in this session, I want us to remove that bias. I want us to remove that mindset. As long as you're a student, as long as you've undertaken some assignments, even from elementary stage, from high school stage, that is a secondary school stage, from as long as we've gone through some assignments, we are all researchers in one way or the other. So I'm trying to charge us up now before we move to the first outline for the day. Most of these assignments we do, if you notice, they are all problem statements. If the assignments we take home as students are what? As solutions, they won't be given to us as assignments. So what do we do when we get these assignments? We go back home to make search. We go back home to look for answers to them. That is what research is all about, like investigating into, seeking closely into a problem statement. Oh, I need to profile solution. Then the next day you see yourself submitting that assignment. Research has taken place in one way or the other, whether we like it or not. So bringing this down to soft skill ground. If we notice, if we have observed the thousands, the numbers of undergraduates, of masters, of PhD holders that takes project every year, you will see the reason why we have to be involved as professionals. You see the reason why we have to bring ourselves in as what? As professionals of research writing skills. What am I trying to say? Some of these students, when they're given the assignments to go and write their research, you see this panic sets in. You see some, they don't even know where they are to start from. They need somebody to mentor them. They need somebody to hold their hands. They need somebody to guide them through. That is where we come in. So at this stage, every one of us present here should see ourselves as researchers. We are here to fill this gap. So before the end of this session, we'll see the practical sense of this charge up. So if you're here in this session, you are a researcher, and the outside world, your community, is looking up to you to mentor them, to hold their hands, to guide them through their research studies, which I'll be giving us a brief breakdown on how to go about it. Is it formulating a research topic? um, every now and then I get to see students coming to me. They say, Dr. Blessing, Dr. B, please, I have a research. I don't know where to start from. How do I go about gathering my research topic? I don't even know anything about research. So I'll be talking to us briefly on how I'll be talking to us about how I go about helping out when it comes to building research topic. Yes. What methods do I use? We have different methods. So I believe we are all ready. We are all charged up for this session because of our time without wasting time. So what do I do when I'm trying to get to formulate a research topic? This is what I do. These are the questions I ask. The first thing I ask any participant or anybody that comes to me is, what is your faculty? What is your department? What is your field of specialization? If you can give me that, the next assignment I give to any of these persons would be, can you state out 5 problems you've noticed in your department? 5 problems you've noticed in your department. There must be something that's not right. There must be an issue that is of concern. So state out that 5 problems. If you can give me that 5 problems, the next thing I do is I would tell you to go to Google Scholar. Put these keywords on Google Scholar. Just type these keywords. You can use them as and you can use them as all, just to get materials on them. For example, what has other authors, what have they said? What have they contributed? When it may be your problem statement is what economic crisis or political insurgency, what have you, or unemployment, that is, like I talked about, graduate unemployability. Once you can identify these problems, you go to Google Scholar. I'll tell you, at least download 5 papers. When you download these 5 papers, you know what you want to do with these 5 papers. I'm not asking you to read now. Just go to the limitations of the studies of these papers. For every research, there is a limitation. So you note out the limitations of these papers. If you can note them down, you know what limitations are. Like, this study has been able to cover this, but we are unable to do this. So it's now left for other researchers to carry out their studies on this. If you have a study that has suggestion for further studies, you can also pick some research gap from there. So if you notice, we started with our research problem. We moved on to getting materials to look for our research gap. And now we want to structure a topic. There's this matrix I use when I'm structuring my research topic. I use action, I use focus, that is, I blend action plus focus plus your context plus your outcome. So if I'm giving you a research topic, or if I'm working on a research topic for you, you're looking at what's the action behind this topic. Are you assessing? Are you investigating? Are you evaluating? Are you examining? And so on. What's the action behind this topic? Then the focus. For example, the focus, I want to talk about entrepreneurship competencies. So the focus, I want to talk about entrepreneurship competencies. I want to talk about entrepreneurship education. So what is the context of entrepreneurship competencies or entrepreneurship education? We need this study for self-reliance. We need this study for self-employment. We need this study for self-development. We need this study for business mindset. We need this study for innovative creation and all that. What have you? These are the dealing with this topic. Now, what is the outcome? I believe I'm not too fast. I'm trying to work with time because we have so many interesting things to talk about here. So the outcome, most times our outcome usually is our problem statement, our dependent variable. So if I'm using any outcome here, my outcome now would be, let me say, um, youth employability or graduate employability. You can see the way I've been able to blend action, focus, context, and outcome to get a research topic. For all that department, we have different frameworks for building research topic. We have different framework like Pickles. We have different framework like Eclipse, Spider. We have different aspects of framework, but this is what I use. If I'm giving you a topic, if you give me a topic to restructure or refine, these things must be present in that topic so that you not get stuck when you're doing your writing. So what's the next thing after our topic has been approved? We want to see our outline. As a researcher, please don't write without knowing the outline of your topic. What's the outline? You know the outline of this topic. We have the general research outline, but for your topic now, you want to see the breakdown. So I've been able to give us variables from the example I did. So the focus, as I made mention, will serve as our independent variable, while the outcome, as I said, will serve as our dependent variable, as the problem statement. Then those things in between, they can be your moderating, mediating, control, and so forth variables. Now we have our outline. You know what our outline it is: the introduction, the background, the question, the objective, the significance of the study. You want to know what these things, what they look like. The next thing you want to think about is the literature. What literature are you, if you're writing the paper, do you want to talk about conceptual literature or you want to talk about theoretical literature? So recently I taught on my page, LinkedIn and Facebook, how to identify theory fits for literature, for research topics. How do you identify theory fit, theoretical framework for your research topic? You can check that out later on my LinkedIn and Facebook page. So now you know your literature. If you're doing a project, a master's, or you want to identify what will be under my empirical studies, what will be under my appraisal of literature review. These are the things we have um, on that is the literature review section. Now the methodology, the methodology, how do you fine tune your methodology? You want to know if your topic is a qualitative research or a quantitative research. I've thought about that. Oh, this is not a practical session, but maybe if you need one-on-one, how to identify this. You know what quantitative does is to measure numbers, numerical numbers. So the qualitative, you know what it is to describe and also to explain. So we are not, I'm just giving us a brief summary of what research writing is all about, what and what we need to know. And again, when you're structuring your objective or structuring your question, please, you want to identify with the acronym SMART. I believe most of us, we've heard of SMART. Your objective, your question must be specific, must be measurable, must be achievable, must be relevant, and must be time bound. Now we make use of with 5 years time bound. It should not exceed 5 years. For PhDs, it should not exceed 10 years, so that your work will remain relevant. And what if you're writing a paper, you know the number of pages you should have. If you're writing a thesis, the number of pages and all that. So going on there, what else do we need to do? The aspects of grammar, the aspects of structure. We want to do paraphrasing, advice for manual. After picking our materials from where we can, this is research where you can get relevant materials, you pick them up from there. I advise for manual editing before using any tool to paraphrase. We have 1001 tools out there. So before you paraphrase, try to do the manual work. So you're doing the manual work, paraphrasing, you want to humanize, then you thank God for the tools that can help us for to detect AI. So you want to detect if the percentage of AI in your work. It's just recently we started having, before we used to have similarity index. Now, most journal, most organization, most institution will check for the AI percentage. If it is below 10, see, let me tell you what our professors, what they do. When you're giving assignments, and you return that assignment, the first thing they do is to check the Turnitin percentage of that assignment. If they see that the Turnitin rate is below 2, below 5%, you scale through. They are after those guys that maybe they have more than 10, more than 15 AI detection percentage. So we want to work on that. There are lots of tools that we can use to bypass this stuff. So maybe you want, as I said, if you need practical session on this, but we are not we are not doing a practical a breakout session now. You can always reach out, and I'll be willing to guide us through. So your work must be based on ethical issues and consideration. Please, let's add, we must check the plagiarism reports before we submit any of our work to be on the safer side, so we would not be flagged. That is the summary of research and writing aspects of this session. Let's quickly now move down to the digital presence, global visibility. As a researcher, I bet you cannot say I'm private, I don't want to be seen. As an academia, if you don't talk about what you do, if you don't talk about your work can be in Scopus Index, your work can be in Web of Science. If you don't tell people what you have done, nobody will know about it. If you check my profile page, you'll see my link there, my ResearchGate link. Most people, they're able to reach out to me. I've had invitations for collaborations from different personalities based on what I've done, what I've done. So what am I trying to say? As an academia, as a researcher, please, you have to register your presence out there. And where are the places we need to be identified with as researchers? Apart from the social media, Facebook, Instagram, what have you? I will list out some of these research platforms. I know some of us are in academia.edu. Please, if you're not there, you can note this lists that I want to mention. So after the session, you can quickly register. Probably you want to say, I don't have any publication yet. What will I put? You just register your presence. Later on, publications will start coming up. If I'm to say, my first publication was in 2022 or 2023. So you don't wait until you have a publication. Just put your presence there, be updated with what is happening in research field and so on. You can even meet people you can collaborate with and all that. I bet you at the end of this session, with all you will gain here from what I've taught about formulating your topic, the research outline, how to do the breakdown, the first draft and all that. You can decide to come up with a conceptual review. You might say, I'm not an analyst. How do I publish a paper now? From now to March, you can give yourself the targets. My first publication was on conceptual review, just giving a detailed knowledge of what my variables are. And I published, and that paper now the paper has gone out there. So what I would say for those of us that already have our undergraduate and master's projects, you can think of converting your undergraduate or master's project or dissertation into research papers. I did that for mine. My undergraduate work is out there. I was able to convert to a paper. My master's, I was able to convert to paper. My PhD thesis, as of today, I have 5 publications under my PhD thesis. And recently, one of the publications I presented in one of the conferences at London School of Management Education, my department, and my paper came out as best paper presentation. So we don't shy away from public space. We don't shy away from public space. Let's register ourselves out there and see how it goes. I'm just charging us up. So I've talked about academia.edu. There's one beautiful thing academia.edu as in they are doing now, what they are doing now. They can convert your paper to a poster. They can convert your paper to podcast. They can convert your paper to comic. They can convert your paper to analog. You don't want to miss out on these aspects of switching your papers to make it more interesting and exciting. So you can jot that down, register your presence, the academia.edu, then ResearchGate. ResearchGate is quite popular. Then Google Scholar, try to register your presence on Google Scholar. Then Zenodo, I don't know how many of us we know of Zenodo. Zenodo. Register your presence. One thing I like about Zenodo is that most of the DOIs that we have, that is a digital object identifier, they're kind of hard to track. So with Zenodo, you can be able to you can create your own DOI. So it gives you quick access to knowing where your papers are. And Zenodo, you can also with your Zenodo ID. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Muinot. Then it's very good. You create your personal DOI. You can also link it to your OCID ID. I believe we are all registered on OCID, ORCID. Please, these are places as researchers, as academia, we should be present. Our presence should be felt there. So we also have Lens. Lens, thank you very much. Lens or Frontier. You can call them Lens, you can call them Frontier. These are the places you can find me as a researcher. And for our medical students, you can have PubMed. The medical students, there are quite a number of publications under PubMed. And SAGE, yes, thank you very much. SAGE, SAGE. Please register your presence there. There's one beautiful thing about SAGE. For those of us that want to build our expertise on systematic review, oh, please, I've had wonderful webinars from this group. They treat more of systematic review. When you're registered with SAGE, you get updated to what is happening. And those of us that can find ourselves in Xavier and what have you. So I believe we've gotten the point. Our digital presence as researchers, apart from the normal social media handles, I made mention of academia, ResearchGate, Google Scholar, Zenodo, Web of Science, Lens of Frontiers, PubMed for medical students, SAGE, and so on and so on. There's this last one I want to mention, please. LinkedIn. Oh, please, how many of us are on LinkedIn there? LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, please, you can use the reaction. So maybe after the session, thank you very much. We can all connect. Please, if you are not on LinkedIn, you're giving chances to a lot of opportunities. I can tell you, if I'm to run a webinar on my presence on LinkedIn, I believe that webinar would be more than 1 hour. But I'll just give us a brief talk of how I came to LinkedIn. So I came up on LinkedIn when I was looking for a remote job. You know, they tell you, if you're looking for a remote offer, if you're looking for a job, come to LinkedIn and all that. So I went to LinkedIn. I was just searching and searching. And one day I was like, the same thing that you're looking for, why not start doing it? You're looking for a remote teaching offer on LinkedIn. Why not start teaching the same subject matter you're looking for maybe remote job on? So I started teaching on LinkedIn and so on. And guess what? When I started, I was not concerned about reaction. All I just wanted, what I was using to motivate myself then was I was using the views to motivate myself there. And after few months, oh, there was a post I did that after your PhD, what's next? That post went viral. That was how my page got to be known on LinkedIn. No, I'm not on premium or so. That was how my page got known on LinkedIn. And since that same month, I got a gig from someone that's never reacted, that's never even commented. That's one thing about that space. So after that gig was from even the medical students. I was like, I know what to do. I know what to do with I know what to do with this gig, but there was still something that was missing out. I was like, I wanted this thing to be specific. This gig, I want this person to feel the outcome. Guess what? You see the place of webinar and conferences. Please, we should not ignore the place of webinar and conferences. I was having a webinar that they 1 hour to the session with this person, and what the speaker made mention of what the speaker said that moment picked up everything from me. That is this framework. The speaker gave list of some framework that we can use to build our research. I was like, wow, this is the actual point I was looking for to make this presentation or to make this gig more live. So I used that method, and I tell you, this person was so excited that she has never seen it in this aspect. And to the glory of God, she has done her convocation, she passed that and all that. What am I trying to say? If I'm not out there, if you're not out there, nobody will know what you're doing. Please, let's make our presence known. On LinkedIn, there are lots of opportunities on LinkedIn we don't want to take chances on. If not for LinkedIn, probably I won't know Miss Ugo that asked me to come and do this session. And I feel joy when I teach. For those of us that knows what I do online, I feel this joy when I teach. The process of teaching is also the means of learning. Please, let's register our presence there on LinkedIn. Now, moving on to the last aspect, last objective for this section is building our entrepreneurship mindset as researchers. If we know the norm in academic, like they just feel education is people that are in education system, they are broke people. Most times people don't want to talk about money when it comes to education. They just feel like you shouldn't be talking about money. You should be talking about impact. Fine, we talk about impact, but we have to blend these things, whether we like it or not. So this aspect of this session, soft skill, we have to blend this aspect of entrepreneurship mindsets. I have this knowledge. What do I do with this knowledge? You can decide to start a consultancy organization. If you noticed, when I started, I charged us up on the aspects that we are all researchers. If at the end of this day you don't see yourself as researcher, there is a comma somewhere. This meeting is to give us that boldness to call ourselves a researcher. One funny thing about research that we don't know of is that it's a learning phase. It's not something you finish at a time. No, the more you work, the more you build your system. The more you work, the more you get involved. More trends keep coming up and so on. Um, Gone at the time, like the work, based on the work that I've done, like if I do this work today and I do another one tomorrow, I'll notice that I improved compared to what I've done. So don't see research as something you want to finish at, oh, it keeps building on. There's nothing like perfection when it comes to research. So you can start off, oh, I can be a mentor to anybody that needs what research assistant. Most of these students, they get scared when they tell them to go and write research. You can hold their hands, take them through the step based on the few things I've talked about. You can even reach out to me, Dr. Blessing, please, how can I be of help? I want to build my career as a researcher. We have people learning data analysis, programming, cyber security. Why can't you learn research? Research is really lucrative, like a professional aspect you can build your time on. So talking about consultancy, please focus on that also. You can, if you need assistance, you can always reach out. What about writing ebooks? We have this passion at times that we are looking for where to pour them out. I was watching this guy on was it TikTok or Instagram. He made mention of something. He said there are some things that are best kept in a book. There are some things that are best kept in a book. When I did my first book, it came out from ideas. If I've been teaching this thing, why not package them in a book where people can get them as a whole instead of separate session? And that was what inspired me to write my first book, Out of Passion. And you'll be surprised. It's all about mentorship. You'll be surprised to see that to create an ebook is not even hard. Going there, I was able to do the second one, my first book on um, research writing guide, the second one on choosing the right sampling technique, and the third one, I realized that this research we've been talking about, it sounds like a big term. Why not break it down? Why not bring it down to those in high school, those in secondary school, like those that want to start from fresh, like from the beginners level. So I had to do that of from ideas to publication. The words I use there, they are kind of simple words on those books. So writing ebooks, they are really also lucrative as researchers. You want to build your skill on that. And I tell you, you'd definitely do well. People want to see what you have there. People are, how will I call it? They are not tired of being informed. If you notice LinkedIn now, you see number of people talking about one particular subject matter. People still want more. People still want more. Bring your voice. You also share yours. Let's hear it the way it is in your own terms, in your own voice. Don't shy back. Don't say, oh no, we have a lot of people on this. No, we can work together on that. Then you can also apply for data collection. Oh, looking at the time. You can also apply for data collection. Yes, there's this job I got earlier this year. Somebody reached out to me on Facebook and was like, Dr. B, can you collect data? There is this PI, that is a principal investigator, that won a grant funded by the British Council. And the study is all about African pre-colonial stuff, what have you. So they needed an archival material. So if you can join those in Nigeria. I said, yes, I'm interested. I'll gladly join the team. And what am I saying? As you're learning this aspects, you're learning and you're also what? Making money out of them. We can't ignore the fact of financial stability when it comes to academics. If you are not well fed, how will you read? How will you be able to read and assimilate these terms we have in research? So I joined that thing and it has been fun. Learning aspect, going to libraries, trying to get materials. So we can also apply as to be data collectors from PIs that just want research grant. We can also apply as research assistants. I don't know if I'm communicating. Please, you can use the reaction if I'm communicating. We have 1,000, like we have lots of jobs. I have lots of jobs coming up. Like, do you want job or research assistant and all that? We can also apply for these jobs, research assistants. There are people, a lot of people that even wrote grant. This year, I wrote about, yes, the grants that I wrote this year. The people I collaborated with, most of them, I just needed their name or needed their position in that field. Many of them, they are not interested. So when this grant comes up, they'll be looking for those that will assist in data collection and even writing of the work itself. So you can come online, utilize LinkedIn and apply as research assistants, data, even surveyors to respondents or participants to some of these interviews or questionnaire. These are things that you can get a stipend, you can get honorarium from. And I made mention of what else again? Surveys. Yes, you can be paid to answer surveys or interview. And you can teach whatsoever subject you know. Come online and teach them the way you know how to teach them. When you start doing all those things, people get to see what you're into and they can connect with you and probably You don't know where favor will come up from. I can tell you, God has really helped me in this field, and I'm not going back. Also, this year, 2025, I don't know, those of us that will be interested to join my team, I want to build a team, maybe 24 or 30 persons, whereby the only thing we just do come 2025 is to write research grants. I have numbers of research grants coming to my phone, but I don't have the time. Not that maybe I cannot apply for them or not. So if I can get maybe 24 or 30 persons that are interested out of these research proposals, we can also, out of these research proposals, we can also come up with publications and all that. There are so many opportunities when it comes. Let me just stop there because of the time. And I believe we've gotten one or two points from what I've discussed on the research writing skills, digital presence. Please bring your presence out there. The building your entrepreneurship mindset. Please, let's not ignore this. We are researchers, we are academics. Let's put ourselves out there. And if you need one-on-one session with me, I'm the type of teacher that I don't gatekeep information. I don't hold information. I will tell you how it is. Practical session one-on-one. For those of you that want to build your research capabilities, I will take you one-on-one how to go about these things. I tell anybody anywhere, research is interesting. Research is not that hard. So if you want to build your skill, I can guide you through. And before March, you should be talking about having a publication. Scopus index publication, if you can talk about your work and so on. My email is, you see my email there in the chat box. You can reach out to me. I also have a research lab, educational strategic research lab. So you can reach out to me there. Let's utilize these opportunities come 2026. Like I posted on my lab, like 2026 will be hot, hot. We are not taking any chance come 2026. We'll be writing more ebooks. We can do breakout session. Share what you have. Don't worry, I will help you structure the topic. I will give you the outline, how to go about your first draft. If you want me to do the editing, like the first editing before the publishing editing and all that, we can work together. So for those of us that really want these things that I've talked about, you want a copy of my book, please check out my books. Like Miss Ugo, I believe she has shared them. So you can as well get my book, The Beginner Stage, that is from idea to publication. You can get the research writing guide. You can get the ultimate research blueprints. That's the one that covers templates for proposals, for dissertation, for thesis, and even for your project. Well detailed. Well detailed. When I mean well detailed, like this, every aspect of this book, they have what practical examples that you can work with to come out with a good outcome. So you can reach out to me for those of you that you're saying you're interested. I will stop here now. This is 12:45. Let me give us time for the question and the answer session. All right, Miss Ugo, you can come.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Blessing. It's been a wonderful section, honestly. I've gained a lot, and I know a lot of people here have gained a lot. I'm not able to share the link, the picture of your books. So I've put the link, and I'm just using a share screen to show us Dr. Osaru Martin's books. I hope I'm sharing it right. So it's been a
Yeah.
wonderful time here, and I believe a lot of us have something to say or to add. I've seen Dr. Charles and Dr. Muinat, yes, they've been very helpful with all the information because we have a lot to gain, and this time is not enough. So I think I'll just move into the questions or the responses or reactions. I think Billy Ndimo, your hand has been raised for a while now. Please go on with your comments or your questions, please. Thank you. Billy, are you there? Oh, okay, I think I have someone else. If he is not responding, Billy, nothing. Okay. So let me check the nothing yet. All right. So anyone that has a contribution, or maybe Billy is not disposed at the moment, if you have a contribution or something to add or questions for Dr. Blessing, please go ahead. It's a question and answer section now. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, yes, Dr. Minas, please go on. Thank you.
Very much. It's been very informative. Thank you very much, Doctor, for the insightful presentation. It's well loaded, and we have learned so much. I just have a few things, or one thing to add is
Okay.
we have to be very conscious of time. We have to be strategic in our time management. And with what she has said, we need to go into strategic vision. By the time we combine the two, the timing and the vision together, before you know it, we will get to where we want to be by God's grace. So those two areas, they are important. If you didn't block our time very well, it may take us a longer period. She mentioned timely, don't need the smart. So that timely is very, very important. You have to be very strategic, and the vision must be very clear. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Samuel Sunday, please, and can you go on with your comment or question? Thank you. Hello, Samuel. Are you there? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if.
If I can come in, Ugo.
Okay, please, and Bunga, please go on.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
thank you very much for this session, Ugo, and also to Dr. Blessing. This session was very informative. Mine is not a question, but a comment to say that you have re-energized myself, refreshed. I feel refreshed now. We all know that we are approaching the festive season. I'm really looking forward to touch base with you. I've seen a lot of things that I can learn from you. I'm an earlier researcher. I just graduated my master's, but I can see that I've got that research capability within me, but I just need somebody to coach me into the right direction. Thank you very much. I will reach out to you. If you don't mind, would you be able to share the slides, please, Dr.
Yeah,
Blessing?
yeah. Yeah, to be
Okay.
shared. To be
Okay.
shared,
Thank you
yes.
very much.
You're
Thank you
always
once again, Ugo,
welcome.
and your team.
You're always welcome. Yeah.
You're welcome. Yes, please, Samuel Sunday, your hand, then we'll go with Dr. Minat after Samuel Sunday. Mhm. All right, Dr. Minat, please go on.
All right, it's still a comment. I just want to buttress our point on entrepreneurship mindset. It's key. There is no way we can rule out resources of fund from research, and there is no way we can rule out fund from our own living.
Yeah.
I, as a person, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a researcher. During the course of my research, I went into a lot of problems that we are able to solve, and we have monetized it, and we are making a lot of money. So
Oh,
when we
that's
are doing
good.
our research, let's be open-minded. Don't let us just stick it to I want to write a paper, I want to get promotion, or those are our publish or perish, all those syndrome. We should just push it off a bit and use the right part of our brain, which is meant for entrepreneurship. We can do it together. Some people will say,
Yeah.
it's not easy. We can multitask. I multitask a lot. And believe in me, the business that is giving me most money, or I'm getting a lot of profit from today, is online. I have to learn about digital marketing, and I'm training people. Between July and November, I've been able to train 298 in my community, and they are catching out already. Thank you.
Oh, that's really interesting. I believe we can collaborate on that too. My thesis covers entrepreneurship, education, and graduate employability, what is the costs and what is the benefits of gaining this knowledge and being able to be self-employed. This is not the time graduates will come out and start carrying their certificates all about. We have a number of courses we took during our studies. What can you do with those courses? So this is what we are called out for now. So we're coming out to advocate research as a writing skill, research writing as a skill. Dr. Mibat made mention of digital marketing. There are lots of things we can utilize, we can do to be stabilized, to be financially stable. We should not be, for example, if you can get your hands on these things, the aspect of basic needs would be out of there. I have courses I take for 2 universities, but I can tell you consultancy has really helped me a lot. And I'm willing to teach as many that wants to get engaged in this aspect. Thank you very much, Dr. Mubat. Probably we can collaborate as time goes on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Blessing, and thank you, Dr. Maynard. It's really wonderful to learn. I'm actually new in this consultancy role, but to be honest, I've come to understand that it's really an opportunity we all need to take, because it's not just enough for you to have qualifications or titles and then you're looking for a job when you're already an opportunity yourself. So thank you so much for the advice and the guidance so far. So we'll take Ijoma Ubona, your hand is raised. Please go on with your contribution or question. Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues, and thank you, Dr. B. And the last, I'm so excited to join this webinar. Honestly, I've really learned a lot. But I just want to emphasize or comment on entrepreneurship and the grant. I'm so much interested in both of them. I don't know how. Yes, I'll go about it with Dr. B next year. I've already made contact with her. Remember, we said we'll talk about, yeah, especially collaboration from where sitting. I'm a lecturer from the University of Free State, and they've talked about grant. Myself, even I teach entrepreneurship, but to launch it out to make impact out there has been a
Practical.
challenge. Yes, so I think this seminar webinar is a drive now. I'm much more interested, to launch out in that aspect come next year. That's just a comment I want to make. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ijeoma. She's in my research lab. We've really engaged a lot. I remember earlier this year, we wrote a grant together. So where she is, they have access, especially our South African brothers, they have access to lots of grants. And we have done, we've worked together, and I know more work will come up come 2026. We just need to build ourselves up. We need to challenge ourselves towards this goal, set this goal and look for a way to achieve them. For those of us that want to have a name, like our name at the back of a book, you want to see that book and say, oh, I wrote this book. I'm ready to guide you. For those of us that want to involve in consent, as I said, I'm ready to guide us through. One thing about entrepreneurship is that it's not just teaching the theory aspect of it. You have to bring it in practice. You have to let people see. So these are the things we're talking about. So you're free to reach out. It seems we have other persons that want to ask. So let me not take
Yeah. Can
give
I
them
can I
time.
just add something? Can I add something?
Yeah,
It's Samuel.
yeah, please.
Yes,
Yeah, good.
Samuel, please go on. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Good everyone.
Yeah, good.
Few days back, I think 2 days ago, I reached out to Doc. First off, my name is Samuel. I'm a
Sam.
physics graduate. I think I reached out to you a few days ago. I sent a WhatsApp message, and that was when you informed me about this webinar, and you sent me a link. I had to immediately register. And thank God I was able to make it to the webinar today. It was quite detailed and informative. I think I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
The thing is, I've always loved research, but I don't know this kind of. I don't know. There's a sort of phobia I've been having
Hmm.
for it. I know it's something I desire so much, and I really would love to get very good at it. But I think I just desire mentorship and building confidence around it. So that was why I reached out to you. I just wanted to learn from someone that is actually doing very well, that knows his or her onion very well. So I think I am happy to be here, and I look forward to actually reaching out to you to learn more. I think there's more to learn, so I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're always welcome, Mr. Samuel. I tell you, the way I teach research, you'll be wondering what has been the phobia all about all this while. I make research so enjoyable, like it's not something you should panic about. Just know the procedure. It's all about procedure. It's all about process. So once you know the procedures to these things, which I gave brief lecture on, you're good to go. You can book for a session, and I bet you after the first two sessions, you'll be able to say, yes, I can teach anybody research. I'm
All
rest
right.
assured about it. Yes,
All right. Thank you.
I've
I'm going
done
to
a
book.
lot of
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to book that session for sure. I will.
Also,
Thank
try
you.
as a researcher, not that we are doing the fast thing. I take procedure. There was someone that reached out to me recently. During the course of asking, probably she thought when she comes to me, I'll just give her the answer. I don't do that. I'm a teacher. I must take you through the process so that you can teach others. During my process of asking her, trying to build her interest base, trying to get what her problem statement is all about, she ran away. And are you expecting me to come back to you? I won't come back. I want to teach you so that you can teach others, not to give you the answer. So get my book. These books, they will help you. Get the book Miss Ugo has shared. Please get those books. They will help you so that as we are doing this session, you also get more light. You can go back. She said this. Look at it here. Look at it here. This is how to do it. You put it in practice. And you can also use that book to what? Teach others. It's not stopping with you. You're also teaching your community, and the profession is moving. That's what it's all about. There's someone else, Ganiya
All
too.
right. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes, thank you very much. I must apologize. I actually joined earlier than the time, about around 10:40 GMT, and then I realized that it wasn't time, and I got caught up with my work again, and I missed the beginning. So I'm so sorry for that. I know I've lost a lot. But then I'm interested in the collaboration and then the coaching. In fact, I've been yearning for a research mentor for a very long time. So it makes research scary for me. So when Dr. Bless says it's not scary, it's not what I kind of it's I don't know. So just to cut everything short, I'm interested in the collaboration. I'm interested in learning. I want a I'm actually a mentee. I don't know who will take me as a mentee, whether Dr. Blessing, then I've seen Dr. Moina also. So thank you very much.
You're always welcome. Just reach out through the email because of our time. Let's give
Okay.
it to Mrs. Ugo. Yeah. Reach out
Yeah.
through the email. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Thank you so much. I think I'll just take Benga. I'll just give you 1 minute, please. We are already short of time. I'll just give. I know we have a lot to say, but please just go on with your question. Thank you. Benga, please. Your hand is raised. Benga Olaniyi. You have a contribution or a question? Yes, please go on. I think
The network.
yes. Is it all right for you to type your comments? I think your network is poor. We can't really hear you.
Also, I believe the recording of this session would be on YouTube. For
Yes.
anybody, please, you can tag what you've learned from this session. Tag me on Facebook, tag me on LinkedIn, follow me up what you've learned, and we can pick it up from there. And you still get the recording on YouTube, so we can utilize those spaces to listen to the discussion and so on. If you want to send your question directly to me, you can also do that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone that joined in. And I believe we've learned a lot. I just wanted to add that for mentor-mentee, that relationship is shared. What do I mean? If you want to be a mentee, you really need to be a good follower. You really need to contribute your quota, because mentor-mentee relationship is not about teacher and students in our concept. What do I mean? You need to contribute. For example, if you're giving a task, it's not enough for you to give excuses. Yes, we all are engaged, but if a mentor, even if it's without a cause, agrees to mentor you or to guide you, you really need to contribute. For example, there are some things that will be told for you to do. You need to do an extra work to get to understand that which you're guided to do. So that's just one I wanted to point out. Thank you so much, everyone. The recordings are usually we share our recordings as soon as they're ready on our YouTube channel. The Rising Scholars YouTube channel, I've also put in there. And then sometimes we also make summary of the videos, about 10 minutes summary instead of this long videos. But then it's just for us to learn. These are all resources the Rising Scholars gives us for us to learn as researchers. So it's just for us to continue to do our own practice, our own contributions, so that we can grow. And then I know a lot of us are interested in being consultants and all, yes, but we need to also put in our own effort, because consultancy means you're doing your own work. And if you want to do your own work, nobody asks you to put in your effort. You know you have to work for you to eat. So that's just what I wanted to add. Thank you so much, everyone. Think now it's time for us to take a picture, please. For us to remember the section, all that we've been able to achieve. Just for us to please turn on your videos anywhere you are, where you feel comfortable, so we can all see our beautiful faces, please. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So do anything beautiful you love, anything you're comfortable with. If you can say cheese, if you can do a pose, just for us to yeah, thank you. So it's 1, 2. Yeah. The next page. Yeah. All right. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. 1 minute. Oh, sorry. 1 minute.
Yeah, we are
We have
open.
another
Okay.
page. Sorry. 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. I
For
can
those of
see.
us open for collaboration, please, you can always reach out. You want me to teach in your group, you can always reach out.
All right.
I'll be willing to teach your students and what have you. Yeah. Research your group or so. You can always reach out. Yeah. We are
It's
one
been
in
a
the field.
wonderful section, I
Yeah.
must comment. I know we all have a lot of questions. Please reach out to Dr. Blessing on her LinkedIn. Use ResearchGate. If you cannot reach out to her, look for her name on ResearchGate. Yes, she has a lot of books there. And I know we'll continue to grow and get better in our practice. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a lovely afternoon from here, evening for some people, and morning for a lot of us as well. Yeah. Thank you so much, and then all the best in the season. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you, Mrs.
Yeah,
Ugo.
bye.
Bye. See
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.